Hello, it's me, Upper Savage, and today we're going to be going over something that has been all over my TikTok recently, and it's these gel crayons. These are not the ones from TikTok. Just pointing it out there. I don't want anyone to think that I'm reviewing a TikTok product. These came from Five Below, and I actually found 2 sets, but as you can see, one is special. This one is the typical Five Below branding, whereas this one is actually Anchor Art branded. So, although they look like a similar product, they are not the same company, probably. And these ones also are watercolor, so that means that they can be used with a brush and water. So, this will be in another video, so stay tuned if you're interested in these ones. But for now, we're going to be playing with these ones today. So, from what I've seen of these crayons that are twist ups and gel, they blend together good, so that's what we're going to be seeing if it's true or not today, or if they're just gross crayons. I like the little package it came in, and I like that it's in mostly rainbow order. Like, just switch these two and it's basically rainbow order, right? Like, boom, rainbow order. Anyways, let's take them all out. Like, the package is so cute. So it just has, they're calling it 12 primary colors. Green is not a primary color, nor is purple, or brown, or black, but you know, it is nice to have more than primary colors. So before I rip out my sketchbook, let's put these back in rainbow order, how they belong. So this is what they look like. It is a plastic chunky barrel. And here is what the top looks like, kind of like lipstick without that like angle on it. And this is the twisty part. Let's see how long it gets. Like a full crayon in there. Put it back, put it back. Just based off of the pigment of this crayon versus the barrel, I'm going to say that they probably don't look like the barrel color. Let's do the cap test. Yeah, it kind of works. I don't think it's like the best. Like, I don't think I would trust it staying on there, but we'll see. Okay, so I pulled out my mixed media Canson paper because I don't have crayon paper. And I figured this would probably work the best. So let's do some swatches and get first impressions then. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. From that little usage, there is a little dent in the side now. Can you see it? Now orange. It feels like if you're coloring with like a melted crayon, or maybe some people have said lipstick. I don't know what that would feel like. It's so smooth feeling. It doesn't look like super smooth, but it feels super smooth. So this is what all the colors look like, and I would say it's a pretty good range for a smaller set. And I like that they kind of included a skin tone shade too. It could be used as like a dull yellow, but I think it passes as a skin tone in my opinion. So I'm going to blend red into orange. See how it goes. They seem to be able to blend together without me using any kind of smudging tool, so that's cool. Alright, here's the real test. The yellow. Can we get yellow and orange to blend together? Yellow and orange is not as hard as yellow and green, but still be a bit finicky sometimes. I wouldn't say this blend is perfect from the yellow to orange, but it's something. Now let's do more alike colors. I don't know if that purple's going to blend into blue, but I left this like a little space for it. Because the blue and the purple are very close in tone. Honestly, I think it blended better together than the light blue and dark blue did, though. So I think I can compare them a little bit to oil pastels now that I see how they blend Now, I don't use oil pastels, but I did go through a phase in middle school, so that was like forever ago now, where I did really like coloring with oil pastels because I like how they felt and blended together, but I hated the mess, and that's ultimately why I stopped using them, because of the mess. So I'm curious to see if they'll like smudge and stuff with blending tools. So let's use the pink and see. Like, I'll leave spaces on purpose. Like, I'll color lightly and leave spaces on purpose. And we can do like a half and half here, where we can see where we blended versus not blended with a tool. Now, most people here would probably use their finger right now, but I'm not going to. I can't stand having stuff on my hands, so that's why I'm going to be using one of these little tool thingies. I'm going to be using this one just because, yeah, I have a lot of them. So I want to see if they blend, well, blend out by themselves. And look at that, it does blend out. Now there still are some darker areas. That could be because of the slight texture on the paper, but I'm thinking that's still gonna happen. No matter what, it's still gonna have like a granulation looking, is that the word? Effect, where it's gonna be like spotty. So now I wanna see how we could use it to blend colors together better. Oh man, the best example would be like green and yellow, right? Ugh, I don't want to do it. I know it's not gonna happen for me, but let's try it. A little bit of orange in there from when I was trying to blend the orange into it. I'm just going to use the other side of this one. It's almost seamless. Wow. Ignore that little splotch right there. That was from the orange. Wow. I never thought I could ever get green to go into yellow. It does help that I use the light green and not like the darker green. That is crazy. Now I want to see about transfer, because that's going to be a big thing. Okay. It transfers onto the next sheet. So I'm just going to close the book up. Show you guys what is already on the edges of the page. Is paint. It's acrylic paint from another thing. That's what's up here and here. I just want to see if there's going to be any transfer, so I'm going to like push on it, because in my shelf it's tightly packed, so my stuff ends up being really squished together, and that's why my paper ends up being so flat after I wrinkle it up. There's a little bit of transfer. Oh, I can even smudge it around a little bit. So that's something to take note of when doing like facing pictures. So I wonder if a fixative will work on it. I can't really test that out in the video in a timely manner. But with all the knowledge we have, I think we should color something in now. All right, so the coloring page I picked out is in my coloring book from Flora and Fauna. I made and published this book myself. You can find it on Amazon. It's in the description below if you're interested. And the page I chose is the cactus page. It's pretty simple and has bold, thick lines, so I'll be able to tell if the crayon goes over it or not. I need to clip this so it won't wiggle away. So this is Amazon paper. I was testing out the crayons on better paper quality than this, so this is going to be part of our experience here to see how well it's going to do on these type of coloring books. So let's get to coloring. Okay, here it is all colored. It does go over the black lines, so I want to see if I can like write over this texture at all with you guys. I grabbed a couple of different things. I got a Micron, a gel pen, a Posca, and a Sharpie paint marker. So I want to see what will and won't write over this. The Micron seems to be working. I do think it will dry or like ruin the nib quicker. And it seems like if there's too much buildup, it won't really write over. I think it's probably going to be the same for the gel pen, where it'll write over for the most part, but it'll be stubborn in the like built up areas. And of course the paint markers, let's see. Yeah, the paint markers I think are gonna work just fine over this. And you know, oh, I pulled out the thinnest one. Of course I did. We'll test this one too. Yep. So I think the best method will be the Sharpie or the Posca to bring the lines back. And that's what I'm gonna do with red now. Ready? Boop. Okay, so I didn't go over every little line here. My marker did start to act funny towards the end. I used the Sharpie one for the most part. I think it was just like there was buildup, so I had to clean off the nib. So be aware of that. I guess now let's talk about my experience with these. I like them for the most part. On this paper, it worked a little bit differently than on the Canson paper. Just because this paper is like thin and dry. I don't know how else to describe like the texture of the paper. So I kind of had to go over it a couple more times than I would have on nicer paper. Sometimes I wouldn't even blend it back out after I put another layer on and it like looked better that way. And sometimes I did blend it back out. Well, yeah, that's something you can keep note of if you do like this product, is that on Amazon paper, expect to go over it one or two more times. But I think these are really cool. Definitely a cool alternative to like oil pastels and crayons. I think they could be messy in the wrong hands, but they are technically a not adult product. Be prepared if you want to get these for your kids. And I can't wait to try out the water soluble ones next time. But that is going to be it for me today. If you guys want to check out another video where I test out an interesting product, you could tap the thumbnail here. If you want to catch up on anything you missed, you could tap the thumbnail here. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to do all the cool YouTubey things of commenting, liking, subscribing, and turning on that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!